Welcome to my humble little office. My name is R. Keith Andrews. I'm a spiritual guide and paranormal adept. The journey continues today on January 31st, 2022 at approximately 12:03 p.m. PST. Finally getting things underway. As you can see on the left side here, as I said, the whole trick. Okay, back that up and start over. This is a live recording, meaning I'll go back and double check the date and make sure I got it right. And I'm posting it as is with all the hiccups, all the stumbles like the one you just saw. Now, I bill myself as a spiritual guide because the tools that I offer here and the philosophies I live by are the same ones that I personally have in use in my own life. Now, in order to get this society turned around, we really have to start looking at the core complications. The core complication starts with you. Now, don't get me wrong, you're not responsible for everybody's complications, but you are responsible for your own actions, your own words, your own thoughts. They may be caused, they may be prompted by other circumstances. But the backbone of changing things is to take a look at you, decide what you're content with, okay, and then make that a priority. Remember, 3 karmic laws I live by. Be true to yourself first. Do unto others as you desire them to do unto you. Energy out, energy in. Now, it starts with the individual. And I've looked at a number of different things, people that are being overlooked. But let's get back on track, shall we? Okay, now it is all interconnected. In order to get your life working, you first have to know who you are, what is making you content, what you're not content with. The things you are content with, those are the ones you work with that you focus on continuing. For instance, I've been aiming at dropping weight now. I haven't checked it this week, and I won't be checking it until next week anyway. Because in case you're not aware, if you're looking at weight will fluctuate day by day. Okay, it's a long game. Everything I work with pretty much is a long game. You take a look at the situation you're in, break it down into smaller tasks that are 15 minutes to half an hour in length, and get them on a sheet of paper. Okay, sheet of paper, recording device, your decision. Computer works just as well, assuming you don't have a power failure. Now, it is recommended that you have 3 to start with. Okay, keep them short, but you list off 3, whatever they are, and which ones you start with are the easy ones. Take a look at where you're standing right this second. Put the first thing that comes to light that you're not content with. Okay, that's the first one that goes on the list. Write down 2 more. When you get the first one done, check it off and write a 3rd one at the bottom. Now, I have a tendency of having a longer list, but then I'm a little odd for a lot of things. We take a look at that. Now, of course, the backbone of a home is the kitchen, the dining room, okay, where you spend the majority of time with your family. Whether that is bloodline or chosen family, doesn't matter. That's where the home is built. Okay, the saying home is where the heart is very accurate. But, at least in my opinion, but the backbone of a house, the backbone of society itself, happens to be in the office. It happens to be with the finances and with the energy flow. So this morning, before I came on to this, I took a look at this shelf over here. Now, that whole shelf, the bottom end of it, okay, is all inventory stuff. Okay, the bottom shelf is inventory. The second shelf has books. This shelf right down here that I'm now pointing at least I hope I am. The second one from the bottom has the files that I've got that I'm going through regarding my different writing projects. Then I've got more inventory, books that I've got available that are listed on that list of books available below this video. Every one of the books on that list you can find on my shelf here, which means if you desire one, all you do is drop me a line, send the payment in. I can drop it into the mail within the next couple of days, depending on what weather looks like and what have you. but I've got it in stock. Now, of course, the next shelf up has two things on it. One, it's got my own personal J.R.R. Tolkien collection up there, as well as the books that are on the shelf in Casey's Bar and Grill, which is the primary bar in The Birth of the Wolfpack. Okay, the science fiction, science fantasy novel I've been talking about. I've got most of the books from that collection on that shelf. Okay, and then of course, if you look way up top, you'll see another couple of shelves of books beside each other. Where are they there? I cannot turn my head around here. Up there, those are all antique books, as in at least 70 years old. Just one of those funny little things I pick up. I think the oldest one I've got, that I have in my possession right now, was written back in 1850. Okay, I'm not a real collector. I don't go hunting around for them. I stumble across them once in a while and pick them up when I do. Okay, but what I've done here is all of my inventory, at least as far as the books go, all of that inventory is over there. On this shelf beside me that you can't see is our dice that I've got that go right hand in hand with the books. As I said, I am a gamer. I still play after starting. I started when I was 13, and I still play Dungeons and Dragons to this day. Okay. So I do have a number of dice. I've got custom made. As a matter of fact, I should have brought that over, but I'll do that on a different day when I'm actually working on that issue. The point being that shelf there, that is all inventory. Okay. I've got a little more inventory over here as far as the dice and the dice boxes go. But if you look up on this shelf here, over here are other books that I'm working on. Things like, like I've got Believe in Yourself and Follow Your Dreams in print already, and Believe in Your Business. Okay. I'm going to be working on going through those files and getting started really putting the information onto disk so that I can start getting them into print as well. Now, the order they come out is anybody's guess. Okay. Although, if you look at the bottom list, you'll look at the primary ones I'm working on right now. And for those of you that are gamers, just a little spoiler here. In the Return to Paradise, okay, there is a group of gamers that are caught right smack in the middle of this story that get their own little spotlight. You'll have to take a look at the book to see that. Okay, now understand, gamers, yeah, they're a weird lot. I should know. I've been one for 45 years now. So no offense to any of them. But with that in mind, I'm getting the energy in my house working properly. This shelf right here that you can't quite see has another 5 shelves of stuff that I'm going through, of paperwork that I've had to pull together and I've got to start going through. But this all revolves around something called Feng Shui. Now, I did a whole video on Feng Shui and its ups and downs. Okay, the idea of redirecting energy is absolutely imperative. Okay, and it does actually work. Oh, different projects I was working on, so I can go there. Anyway, we got the energy in the office running smoothly. As you can see, it's starting to get more and more organized. At least I can see it. Over here, I've managed, that's my painting station on the ground level, on the desk itself. What am I looking at there? Of course. Oh, that's because it gets in the way. Every one of these, except this blue book, all of these books I've written. Okay. The reason for this, yes, it comes from roasted chicken, in case you didn't know, but this particular container, I'm going to see if it works well as far as storing some of the figures I've got to keep them sort of stacked and out of the way. So, and because things get a little cluttered on occasion, I get too many things going. but I am getting the energy moving the way I desire it to. And realistically, if you have an office, even if you're working from home, whoever operates the office, that's the person that's got to determine what works best. Now, I can talk to you about helping you straighten out your own office as far as what will work easiest for you. But that's usually a question of trial and error on your part. Didn't get my coffee made today, so I've got Coke. That would be Coca-Cola. Okay. Now, you get that organized, get the energy in your office running properly. And am I ever pleased with myself? I've been tracking my finances really solidly for the last 5 months. Every month I've put a new goal in place. And I've always made it a little higher than the last month. This month I'm happy for the fifth month in a row I've managed to exceed the income goal that I had. And rest assured, considering my requirement is $2,500 to run the household, and I managed to bring in, I think this month I did really well. I'm not entirely certain. I know I set the goal for 34. And as it turns out, I may have made 39, which puts me really far ahead. I haven't done the books for today, but I just got another check-in. This is the issue of taking that neat little sheet, and that is something I have to do here. What I'm just writing down here is a note to make sure that I get that neat little note marked down that will literally state, I don't have a number yet. It'll be over 3,400. But I will be looking at my income and the sheet that is absolutely imperative. It works like a charm. I can tell you this because it's the same tool I use, and it's worked every month for the last 5 months. Now, that's not long, but you have to start somewhere. Okay, so when I get done this, I will be taking a sheet of paper and writing on it, I have legally attained a minimum of whatever number of X dollars by February 28th, 2022 at 1 minute to midnight. Now, I'm not entirely certain where I'm going to put it yet, or exactly, but the odds are I'll be putting it over here. I'm thinking over here simply because looking here, I'll be able to take a look at it. Even when I'm doing a recording or when I'm working on writing, I'll be able to see it in my background. Okay, as you can see, those 4 words up here, I am worth it. Okay, those 4 words I've got up there to remind myself that this is what I'm doing for me. Remember, be true to yourself first. These are tools that if you use them, I cannot guarantee they will work for you. I can guarantee they have worked for me. Okay. But it boils down to an issue of getting focused on what you're aiming for and then making it happen. Okay. This is all tied together. Once this office is sorted around, and even while it's not, I've been working outside the office as well. Okay. Now, with that in mind, I've gotten some incredible input. I asked somebody the other day about my health. Okay, about something to help with my own health in a natural fashion. Okay, the individual gave me some herbological advice. I'm not going to pass that on. I'm not an herbalist. Okay, I will tell you that there are herbological configurations that will help. And there's no question from my standpoint, they work a little slower than modern man. But if you've ever read the story of the turtle and the hare, slow and steady wins the race. This is why my weight continues to drop. This is why I am absolutely certain that I will get the task accomplished, long-term tasks accomplished. Okay.